Hello, Annie. Hello, Alice. Hello, Gregory. Hello, Robert. How you doing, Robert?
I'm good, Carlos. You?
I'm great. I'm doing great. Thank you for always being here with us at this event.
Oh, always.
How's everything with you? Everything good lately?
Going good.
Excellent.
Hopefully going to be on a cruise soon.
When's your next one?
We've got one for NCL on the end of next month.
Nice. Nice.
Looking forward to it.
Oh,
Rome and the Greek Isles.
Nice. Nice. I bet. I'm actually trying Virgin on the 6th of October.
Oh, really? That would be interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I've been wondering if our crowd would be interested in us putting together an event about that. I don't know.
Might be interesting. I'd like to see their ships.
All right. We'll put something together for sure. Yeah, let's take note of that. Let's do it. Well, thank you very much for being here with us. Hopefully today we're gonna do all the rundown on Holland America. Hopefully we'll get everybody excited.
That'll be interesting. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you for being here.
Oh.
Hello everybody. I want to welcome everybody to our Holland America event. Annie was asking me via the chat, when are we starting? Annie, we're going to be starting at around, so it's 2:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States, in Miami. We are going to wait for a couple more minutes to let everybody else join in. Our official start time should be 3 p.m. We usually allow for about 3 to 4 more minutes to let everybody else chime in. Jenny, who is going to basically be giving us a presentation today, uh, is going to be joining in just a couple seconds. And
Actually, Jenny's here.
Jenny is here. Where's Jenny?
I'm here.
Hello, Jenny. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hello, everybody.
Hi, Jenny. How you doing?
Good.
Jenny, I'm gonna go ahead and do spotlight for you. I'm gonna spotlight me as well. There you go. And so we're gonna be starting very, very soon, and we're gonna have for you that you are in Australia, I want to thank you very, very much for joining us from so far out and at such early time for you. Hopefully, we'll make sure to keep it very, very upbeat so that we keep you awake. Go grab some coffee or something. Hopefully, we'll do our best to keep you awake. And we'll have some fun, and we'll talk about Holland, and we'll talk about some destinations, and we'll talk about some new stuff and news and everything that we need to know about Holland America, so that we can make educated decisions about our future travel. And Jenny here is going to be starting very soon, like I said, at around say 3:03, 3:04 approximately. Jenny, you're going to have a presentation for us, and then we're going to open up for a Q&A, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, perfect. So just remember, we have somebody in Australia. It's 5 a.m. over there. Make sure she doesn't.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for joining us.
And we're expecting a good crowd today. Actually, we had over 120 registrations. It usually means that we're probably going to have about 50 to 60 attendees today. And then everybody else is going to get the recording anyway. So this event is being recorded. We're going to send it over to everybody, not just the ones that couldn't attend, but all of you guys as well, so you can rewatch it. And if you have any questions later on, we're always here for you as well. And toward the end of the event, we have some. We're going to be talking about some, of course, the promotions that are going on for Holland America, as well as the special. The special thank you for attending the event onboard credit offer that we're going to be putting out there for all of you guys to take advantage of. So hopefully we're gonna give this a couple more minutes. We got 41 people right now. So for those that are just joining in, again, I want to welcome you. Thank you for being here with us today. What to expect today is about an hour well, actually not even an hour, probably about 30 minutes of short presentation that Jenny has put together for us, giving us a very good overview about where Holland America is today and what's happening with Holland America today. We're going to talk about some itineraries. We want to inspire you also with some very cool itineraries that Jenny has kind of handpicked for us, that we want to make sure that we show you all. Some of my favorite itineraries are some of those long grand voyages that Holland America has. I want to make sure we talk about them too. And then toward the end, after about 30, 35, maybe 40 minutes, we're going to open up for Q&A. And then talk about the promotions and talk about everything that we're offering you guys for attending and so forth. We are, well, we're going to make proper introductions in a few minutes. But you're going to see that there's going to be a lot of people from Luxury Cruise Connections that have joined our event today as well. And they're here also to answer questions and to interact with you guys throughout the event. Some of you have probably done business with some of the Luxury Cruise Connections advisors that are here today. So if you recognize one of their names, please don't be shy, say hi. And you're going to see that they belong to Luxury Cruise Connections because you're going to see a dash Luxury Cruise Connections next to their name. And we're missing Javier there for the Luxury Cruise Connections tag. And you're going to see dash Holland America next to Jenny's name, of course. And let's see, what else? And we're going to get started very soon. I'm going to let started. All right. 52 participants so far. It is 3:02. I'm going to get started with some light introductions, and then we'll take it from there. Sounds good?
Awesome.
All right. So hopefully right now what you can see on your screen is Jenny's beautiful face and my beautiful face. Jenny is, well, obviously, as you can see, she is from Holland America. But I'm going to let you, Jenny, introduce yourself and tell our crowd today what you do for Holland America. And we'll take it from there.
Yeah. So as Carlos mentioned, my name is Jenny Verna, and I am the business development manager for Holland America Line here in Florida. I'm located in Miami, but I do cover the South area all the way up to the East Coast of Florida. So we work with travel partners like Luxury Cruise Connections to bring you the best vacation possible. So this is what we do. We create these relationships with, Luxury Connections so we can bring that to you.
Excellent, thank you. And I am Carlos Edry, and I'm the CEO of Luxury Cruise Connections. And me and my wonderful team are extremely excited to have you all here today so that we can share with you everything that you want to know about Holland America and about where Holland America stands today in terms of, all the craziness happening in the world in terms of cruises and travel and so forth. We're going to talk a little bit about, the most current travel restrictions and what you need to kind of be aware of when traveling and planning your cruise. We're going to talk about what Holland America offers as a brand. So many of you might already know this. Many of you have already cruised with Holland America in the past. Maybe you haven't, and you're here because you want to learn what Holland America has to offer. And so that's exactly what we're going to do here today. And then we're going to open up for questions for a little session of Q&A so that if you have questions about, what to expect or what not to expect, or just questions like, if a particular cruise is actually happening or not, then that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're also going to ask you to, as the presentation goes, please use the chat box to type in your questions. So I'm gonna just right now type ask here. And so that's where you're going to ask your questions while the presentation is on. When the presentation ends, we're going to open up mics and for you guys to come up, and just, ask the questions live, as well as I'm going to make sure that I'm going to read every single one of the questions that you've posted in this chat box so that we make sure every single one is answered, okay? We might have received also some questions via email. prior to the event.
Mhm.
So if any of you sent us any questions prior to the event, know that we have them, and then we're also going to get to each one of them toward the end. Okay. And so with that, I'm going to let Jenny take it away, and let's get the party going.
All right, I'll go ahead and share my screen because I do have a presentation to share. So if you can help me out, let me know if you can see my screen. Go ahead and extend that. Okay.
We absolutely can. We're good.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Carlos. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to connect with you all today. And I'm sure you can all agree that staying connected right now is more important than ever before. And it gives me great pleasure to know that you all just took some time of your day to learn more about Holland America Line. If you've sailed with us before, you already know what we're all about, but still thank you anyway, because you are here supporting us and also supporting your travel advisors as well. So as Carlos mentioned, we're gonna go over what Holland America Line is. We'll see some suites, some itineraries. We do have a short time, so I'm going to try to give you as much information as I can in 25 minutes. So get some coffee and let's see what Holland America Line has in store for us. So as you can see, this year we actually celebrated our 148th anniversary. So we've been here for a long time. And throughout our rich history, Holland America Line has had over 150 ships in its fleet. And we'll see what the update number is later on. And we've been through 2 world wars. We've seen many revolutions, countless global events. And I raise this only to illuminate the point that we are persevering, right? The longevity of our history is what is pushing us through as we celebrate these milestones, and we continue to do so. And that includes our 3rd Pinnacle class ship, which we'll get to see soon, that is joining our fleet this year. So we're very optimistic and positive about the bright future that's coming in. In addition to our rich history, something that gives us a competitive edge is our perfectly sized ships, which are refreshingly uncrowded. So this is a perfect time to go aboard Holland America Line because our ships are small, they have a timeless design, they're spacious, they have that sleek nautical lines, distinctive blue hulls. We have some wraparound decks for you to enjoy, fresh flowers, and of course some museum quality art that I know you guys will enjoy. And this is what we think a ship should look like. So this is why we design our ships that way. So once you go on board Holland America Line, you'll see what the differences are. So as I mentioned previously, we had over 150 ships throughout our fleet, but in 2021, we will have a total of 11 of those beautiful ships. And as you can see, we have different classes, and our ships, compared to our competitors, our ships are very small, which means we have enough space to go in different parts of hull that you're probably not used to if you've cruised before. Now, the Rotterdam was first introduced to the world back in 1872, and she is back. So you actually still have time to join her on her first trip this year. This one is going to be from Amsterdam to Fort Lauderdale. So if you are in Florida, if you're not in Florida, you still have a chance to travel to Amsterdam and join the Rotterdam and head over here to the United States in Fort Lauderdale. Say hi to your travel advisors here. So there's still some rooms available. If you're interested, let your travel advisors know. Now at Holland America Line, we are dedicated to explorers, foodies, and music lovers. So if that's you, Holland America Line is definitely the perfect ship for you as we create these amazing itineraries and experiences. So we define our guests as what we call the HAL Explorer, and we dare you to experience these passions on board with one-of-a-kind culinary experiences. We have the very best live music on board, and of course, our staff is what sets us apart. So for my explorers out there, we start with carefully crafted journeys and unique destination programming, just because we want to offer you more from the places that you visit. With 150 years of experience sailing the world's oceans, we offer more than 500 itineraries connecting to over 470 ports of call annually, which means you have so many options to travel with Holland America Line. And while you're aboard, we have our exclusive Exploration Central destination programming, which gives you a deeper understanding of the places that you'll visit through local cultural experiences. Brought on board for you, we'll give you some insider travel tips. We have some information sessions, and of course, some unique shore excursions to help you truly immerse yourself in your travel. Now, for my foodies like myself, we offer unrivaled culinary experiences. And at Holland America Line, we focus on quality dining venues from the Lido Market to the dining room, which are more of a casual dining experience, but we also do offer some specialty restaurants for you. We are the only cruise line who, with a dedicated culinary council of 8 world-renowned chefs. So if you're a foodie, you definitely probably have seen those faces before. And they have been very impactful in the type of culinary experiences that we offer on board. And it's not just the specialty restaurants. You'll find inspirations from these chefs on all dining venues on board. Plus, we also have an expertly curated wine list and cocktail menu from wine spectator James Suckling, who has tasted over 200 wines, so he's definitely an expert there. And we also have some influences from master mixologist Del DeGroff. Now, for music lovers, I don't know any non-music lovers, so that is for everyone here. We do offer the best in live music. No other cruise line puts music up front and center as we do. So we definitely cater to a lot of our music lovers. We do have a program called the Music Walk, and it's an innovation that anchors the new Holland America Line experience. So Music Walk brings evening entertainment to the next level with exclusively curated content and musicians hired directly from well-known music staples. We offer live music for every taste. We do have venues such as the Lincoln Center Stage. We have the B.B. King's Blues Club, Billboard on Board, and Rolling Stone Rock Room. So definitely some amazing entertainment venues on board. Each performance occurs multiple times each night, allowing you to explore various venues throughout the cruise. And all performances are without a ticket, so you do not have to pay to attend any of those performances. And there's always a seat to enjoy music or a place to dance on the dance floor, of course. So some great entertainment on board here. A distinction that is not new to Holland America Line is our service. Our expectations for service remains high and industry leading amongst premium cruise brands. And it's about every detail, every day. Our crew's genuine warmth and personalized attention, which has earned us raving reviews. And those reviews turn our first-time guests into loyal members of our onboard family. So if you've never sailed Holland America Line before, prepare yourself to become a loyal member of our family, okay? And it's just because of our music, our food, and our personalized service. Now that you know what you can do on board, I really wanted to show you what your day could look like with Holland America Line as a Neptune or Pinnacle class suite guest. So to start your morning, I would invite you to grab some in-suite coffee, or you can have some leisurely breakfast in the Pinnacle Grill, or a quick bite in the Neptune Lounge before you depart on a shore excursion planned and booked by the Neptune Lounge concierge with your travel advisor. Now, after you return from your carefully curated shore experience, you return to your suite and you find an evening attire dry cleaned and pressed with complimentary laundry service. And you can go grab snack from the Neptune's Lounge, which is always available to you, as you discuss with your concierge what your plans for the next days are. And of course, you also would have a chance to relax in your whirlpool bath in your expanded LMS amenities. So we have some fantastic amenities here in those suites. Now, when the evening rolls around, you can go ahead and host a pre-dinner where you serve drinks and hors d'oeuvres. You can use your Bose Bluetooth speaker and play some of your favorite sounds before you depart to dine in an authentic Italian cuisine at Canaletto, where you have priority reservations and seating. So you are guaranteed to have a full luxurious experience throughout your entire stay at. Now, of course, after dinner, the entertainment is just beginning. You can stroll along Music Walk at your favorite venues before you retire to your suite and relax and unwind for the evening in your king-size bed, of course. So this is what a day would look like for you. Now, let's take a closer look at what our Neptune suites look like, as you can see here. We like to highlight our expensive veranda, which has your chaise lounges and tables, and you also have your Neptune's lounge concierge just a call away. And of course, you can relax in your king-size bed with your choice of pillows, which is always a plus to make sure that you're as comfortable as possible. Now, our largest accommodations are the Pinnacle Suites, and they provide the most luxurious experience. You'll have your living room and your dining room and a separate bedroom with a master bath. So this is more for those of you that are looking for privacy when it comes to your bedroom. It will be separated from the living room and dining room. And of course, you can always enjoy some mimosas on your veranda, which has a sitting area with chaise lounge and of course your whirlpool bath. So I already picture myself just hanging out in the bath and watching a nice sunset, and I'm sure you are as well. Now, this was pretty much what you find on board Holland America line, and as well as our favorite suites. But yes, the rumors are true. The wait is over and we are back in business. So I kind of wanted to start with a brief overview of what we had planned for 2021, which we do still have some rooms available if you're interested in sailing this year. So first of all, this summer, the New Amsterdam was the first of our ships to return to service with 7-day Alaskan cruises from Seattle, and those started in July. And then the Eurodam was next with a series of Greek Isles and the Mediterranean sailings in August. Now the Eurodam and the New Amsterdam will be joined this fall by the Rotterdam, which is a newer ship, along with the New Statendam for a full season of Caribbean sailings right here from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And on the West Coast, we have the Koningsdam and the Zoeterdam, which will sail Mexico, Hawaii, California, right from San Diego, also happening this fall. Now, when it comes to Alaska, we are Alaska. When it comes to Holland America, we call ourselves Alaska. If you were not aware, Holland America Line has been showing guests Alaska since 1947, which is even before Alaska was even a state. So we've been the pioneer of Alaska. We know this brand like the back of our hand. So with unmatched experiences and insider knowledge, we like to call ourselves the Alaska experts. Our deep history and roots in the Great Land means you will discover the iconic and authentic Alaska from Glacier Bay National Park and Denali National Park and Preserve to the Wild Yukon Territory. Just wanted to point out that no other cruise line comes even close in terms of expertise and depth of our connection to this amazing place. So this is why we simply like to say we are Alaska, because we offer our guests way more ways to explore and discover both Alaska and the Yukons. So you definitely have some great options here when it comes to that area. We offer the ultimate Alaska cruise experience. And we also give you 3 different ways for you to love Alaska as much as we do. You can, of course, do it by sea, which would be our cruises. And this provides the best introduction to Alaska's massive glaciers. We have charming seaside towns that you can see, and an abundant marine life. So our ship gets you closer to every calving glacier, every whale splash, and every tranquil inlet. So definitely a great starting point for Alaska for you. If you've been on an Alaska cruise before, I highly recommend trying the next step above, which would be the experience by land and sea. With the help of your travel advisor, you can actually add a venture from sparkling waters into Alaska's stunning Denali National Park. You can hike through the taiga forest, you can spot some caribou, bears, and other iconic Alaskan wildlife on the Tundra Wilderness Tour. So definitely reach out to your advisors to help you add those onto your Alaskan cruises. And of course, you can even get closer to what we call the Great One, and also known as Denali. So this would be your land and sea journeys. And of course, if you want the ultimate experience, you can go ahead and do it by land, sea, and beyond. And this experience invites you to our exclusive Great Land Adventure, where you travel through the Yukon Territory. Or you can journey through Alaska's stunning seascapes to the wonders of Denali and the vast expanses of the Yukon. So if you really want to immerse yourself into Alaska, I recommend looking into the land, sea, and beyond adventures. That way you return home fully well-rounded and immersed into the Alaskan experience. Like I mentioned before, we will offer a wide range of Caribbean voyages from Fort Lauderdale. We will have a selection of 7-day itineraries, as well as longer 10 and 11-day cruises that will allow you to travel in less visited parts of the Caribbean and even the Panama Canal. So if you have cruised to the Caribbean before and you've never been on Holland America Line, I promise you, you'll see some ports that you have never visited before. So give us a try and you will not be disappointed. I also wanted to highlight that nearly every one of these voyages will include a day on Half Moon Cay, which is our award-winning private island in the Bahamas. So the Bahamas is always a go. And Half Moon Cay really sets our Caribbean experiences apart, so I highly recommend that. Just a quick look over Half Moon Cay. It combines the unparalleled natural beauty of a protective preserve with access to a wide range of activities and amenities for you. This is exclusively to Holland America Line. And you'll see some miles of pristine white sand beaches. You can stay busy all day with different activities, or you can simply luxuriate in a tranquil solitude as you prefer. We have acquired this beautiful island about 23 years ago to a unique and memorable experience for our Caribbean and Panama cruise guests. So this is definitely an itinerary I would like for you all to experience. I personally will be on the New Amsterdam November 13th. If you are booked on it, make sure you stop by and say hello, and we will have a wonderful time. We don't have time to go through the full selection of Caribbean itineraries, but I'd like to walk you through one of the options. Now, the first here is the 7-day Eastern Caribbean, which we do have 2021 sailings on the Eurodam, New Amsterdam, and New Statendam, as well as 2022 sailings, and those will be on the New Amsterdam and the Rotterdam, which is a newer ship, like I mentioned earlier. I'd also like to point out that there are a few holiday sailings on this itinerary, which is such a fun time to cruise because our ships get really festive. They get into that festive spirit, and we have some special decorations and events. So if you don't have plans for the holidays, make sure you stop by Holland America Line. We'll make sure you have a great time. So let's take a look at this itinerary here. Our Eastern Caribbean cruise starts in Bryn Turk, which is a jewel of an isle that measures about 18 square kilometers, and it is rich in natural wonders, perfect for my scuba divers, snorkelers, and anglers. Beautiful beaches here. You can also explore the history of Turks and Caicos in its capital, which is the Cockburn town. It has some Bermudan style buildings from the 18th and 19th centuries. Next on the itinerary, we have a late night stay in San Juan, where you get a chance to explore both daytime activities and evening fun. So you have a lot of time here to enjoy that destination. After San Juan, we will call into St. Thomas, which is the capital island of the US Virgin Islands. It offers some of the best snorkeling around. So if you'd like to get in the water, St. Thomas is a wonderful destination. And the island has hands down the coolest attraction in the region, which is the Ice Museum. So you definitely want to check that out. And of course, there's a day and half moon cay before you return to Fort Lauderdale. Now, this is one of Carlos's favorite itineraries, so we'll get through those right now. So as you can see, we have some itineraries that are 10, 7, 11-day itineraries. But of course, for those of you who would like to travel the world, we have the options as well. This allows you to immerse yourself in both days at sea and port of call, whether you are on a grand world voyage, which is a 128-day circumnavigation of the globe, which we'll get to see a little bit, or you can do a shorter regional itinerary. We have some different options there as well. But whichever you choose, the journey will be enriched with knowledge speakers and shore excursion leaders, and not to mention fellow travelers as eager as you to see the world. So I wanted to highlight this new itinerary that we have here, which is the Grand Africa Voyage, and it is a round trip for Lauderdale in October 10th, 2022, aboard the Zandam. And it is a 71-day voyage where you get a complete circumnavigation of the continent. It is a conveniently round trip from Fort Lauderdale with selection of overnight stays and evening stays. So we'll have overnight stays in Aqaba, Seychelles, Zanzibar, and Cape Town. So great experiences there. And we also have some evening stays in Crete, Safaga, Richards Bay, Cape Town, Walvis Bay, and San Juan. So you have some fantastic overnight stays. So this is where you really want to immerse yourself in the destination, see what they have to offer, and come back with some lovely memories to share with your family and friends. We also have our Grand World Voyage, which is a very popular. Our first one will be January 3rd, 2023, aboard the Zutterdam. So we definitely have some availability there if you are interested. And it is a 128-day of a complete circumnavigation of the globe. Again, conveniently round trip from Fort Lauderdale here. Here we'll have an overnight stay in 9 cities, and that includes Beijing, Singapore, Mumbai, Bombay, and Istanbul. And we'll also have nine evening stays in 9 different cities, and that include Da Nang, we have Dubai, Jerusalem, Ashdod to be exact, and Mykonos. So we have some great destinations here as well for you. We also have the Grand South America and Antarctica voyages. Now here you have different options. You can do the full itinerary, or you can also do the segments. The full itinerary will be round trip Fort Lauderdale starting January 3rd, 2023, which is 74 days. Or if you're doing the segments, you can start in January, and that will be a 40-day itinerary. Or you can start in Buenos Aires to Fort Lauderdale, and that will be February 12th, 2023. And that will be a 34-day itinerary aboard the Volendam. So we'll get to see today the full itinerary. As you can see, it's 74 days. You'll get a complete circumnavigation of the continent. And we have special features, including the Panama Canal and the mighty Amazon River. And of course, we'll also stop in Antarctica. Now, the overnight stays that we have,
the ship actually goes into the Amazon.
Yep, it does. So that's a one-time experience for you. If you've cruised South America before and you didn't have a chance to do that, definitely check us out. You will not be disappointed. It is one of the world's wonders. So you want to take a picture there, of course. We have some great overnight stays here as well, which is in Lima. Buenos Aires, which is, for those of you who are doing the segments, this is where you would disembark or embark, of course. We have an overnight stay in Rio de Janeiro and Manaus. We also have some evening stays in Sao Paulo and Santo Domingo as well. So great itinerary here. I highly recommend it, especially for those of you who've never been to Antarctica before. This would be your chance. This is all I have for your itineraries, your onboard experiences, but I really wanted to go over the program that we call Travel Well. It gives you an idea of what we are doing right now in terms of COVID-19, especially for those of you who are traveling in 2021. We want to make sure that you are as prepared as possible. So part of the Travel Well program is we do only allow guests to board our ships who are fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to the beginning of your cruise. And we do require proof of vaccination as we are following the CDC guidelines. Let's go ahead and see what I would recommend you doing before your cruise. I always want to let you guys know to make sure that you are reading what your requirements are. Of course, with the help of your travel advisor, they will assist you with letting you know what kind of forms you need to submit, what your travel requirements are. They would assist you with all of that, but you definitely want to take some time to review all of your travel protocols before you board our ships. I would also highly recommend that you download our Navigator app. This app is not only fantastic for pre-boarding. While you're on board, you would also be able to see our menus. You can order some drinks on your app as well. So if you haven't downloaded your Navigator app, I would highly recommend you do so because it will make your trip so much easier. You can also have your boarding pass here, so you don't have to have it printed. So just go ahead and show us your code on your phone and we can go ahead and get you checked in. So I highly recommend that. And of course, you want to complete your health questionnaire and your risk acceptance. Those would be available 72 hours before embarkation. Again, the reason why you're working with a travel advisor is because they help you take care of all of that and make sure you are ready for your cruise. Now, for embarkation and while cruising, we do also require proof of negative COVID test. That is medically observed, and those have to be taken within 2 days of embarkation, so make sure you get those done before you cruise with us. I do know some of the parts that we have in the United States do offer some testing while you're at the port, but I highly recommend doing those ahead of time. That would be your backup plan if your result doesn't come in on time. We also do require masks in areas on board where it is not possible to physical distance unless you're eating or drinking. And of course, we highly recommend that you practice personal hygiene and constantly wash your hands and use our hand sanitizing stations, which will be available all over the ships. While on board, we do have the medical care available for you. If you're not feeling well, they are highly trained doctors and nurses, and they are also prepared to assist in any COVID-related situations. We've also enhanced our health filtrations with upgraded HVAC systems to make sure the air is as pure and healthy as possible. And of course, we have some enhanced sanitation areas everywhere throughout the ship, so you will be safe. As I mentioned earlier, we started cruising in July and we have not had one case of COVID, and it's because we are following all of the CDC protocols and making sure everyone, along with our staff members, are as safe as possible. So we do need you all to help us keep everyone safe as well. When it comes to dining and entertainment, those will be open for your enjoyment. So none of our entertainment or dining will be closed. So you will have a chance to enjoy those, of course. And when it comes to shoreside experiences, we do have to follow the health protocols of every port. So if you do have an itinerary or voyage plan with us, make sure that you talk to your travel advisor to see what the protocols are for the different parts that we'll be in. Now, before you disembark, we will be offering antigen and PCR tests on day 5 or 6 for guests that require it to return home, and those will be administered on board for you and at no cost to you at all. So we would be able to have those done for you on board. I'll go ahead and take some questions before we get into any promotions or any cancellation periods and all of that. Carlos, if you can help me with questions, I was not able to see any.
Yeah, of course. If you want to kind of unshare your screen real quick so that we can, so that we both come up.
Absolutely. There you go.
Okay. Okay, this quick. Okay, great. So, Jenny, thank you very much for that. And yes, we're going to continue on with some other information about cancellations and the offers and so forth. But in the meantime, let's get some questions going. I want to see a little bit more activity from you guys on the chat if possible. I'm getting some direct messages, so I'm going to get started with some of the questions that I have, and then please, as you have more questions, please start kind of typing them in so that I can start reading. Okay. So one question from Susan is, will Holland America build? Has Holland America built a pier yet at Half Moon Cape?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do we have a pier already at Half Moon Cape?
Yes, we did.
Okay, good. And will Holland America bring back the Master Chef dinner or sommelier dinner at some point?
Yes. So when it comes to the culinary experiences and the entertainment, we are doing our best to keep those as normal as possible because we are following so many rules to make sure everyone is safe. Okay,
so you are thinking about bringing them back, just don't have a date on it yet.
Correct.
Very, very popular activity. So hopefully,
we get that. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, good. Rachel is asking me, will the circumnavigation South America be re-added again for January 2022? And was the 71-day trip this year? So this year it didn't sail.
Yes, so we were supposed to have our 2022 grand voyages and grand world voyages, but unfortunately, because of everything that's going on, we have to be as safe as possible. So we had to cancel 2022. Now, things change constantly. We don't know if that's going to happen, but trust me, we would want it to happen. And if it does, your travel advisors will be the first to know, and they'll reach out to see if you would like to participate.
So let's talk about that for a second. I think it opens up for a good conversation about what's happening in South America. There was a lot of uncertainty going on about South America, especially up until last week, right? And then since last week, we started hearing about Chile opening up starting October and Argentina opening up starting November. We know Ecuador and Peru are open. We know Colombia is open, I believe. I think we're only missing Brazil. What do you think? What's the talk behind the scenes over there at Holland America regarding?
So it's not just about the destinations opening up their borders. We also have to make sure that they are following the CDC protocols as well, because we do have destinations that open up, but they don't have any protocols. Remember, we are trying to get the guests at the port safe and come back to the ship as safe as possible as well. So we have to make sure that each and every single destination that do allow us to port there have some protocols in place to make sure that our guests will be safe.
Right. So basically, in essence, what you're saying is right now there's not a lot of information you can share regarding that, but things can actually do change.
Correct. It's just like Australia. The same thing is happening with Australia. They're slowly but surely saying they will be opening their borders, but that's step one. We do also have to follow step two, which would be, what does it look like for cruising, right? What does it look like for a guest wanting to walk around and see the destination? So we want to make sure that we are not porting in any area where your clients have to stay on board. We want to make sure that you can actually enjoy the destination.
Okay, good. So hopefully that answers your question. I know you're Dr. Winston. First of all, thank you very much for being with us today. And I really want to let you know we appreciate very much trust that you've put on us to take care of your future trips. I know you've booked with us a couple of very, very beautiful itineraries, world cruises and so forth. So hopefully we can get you on one of those beautiful South America or Africa long voyages at one point. Hopefully if we have any more questions, let us know, okay? And I'll be happy to follow, Marco will be happy to follow up with you on all these questions later on, okay? Okay. All right, so so Michael asked me a question which you later answered, but I still wanna ask. Yeah, I just wanna kind of recap this question real quick. So assuming that we have our 2 shots, we still require a COVID test prior to boarding, correct?
Correct.
You already answered that, but let's recap on that.
Yes, so you do need to be fully vaccinated, which means you need both shots depending on which vaccine you're getting, and you need to be fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to the beginning of your cruise, and then within 2 days of your cruise, you need to get COVID tested and show proof of a negative test.
We have guests all over the world, and although most of our guests do come from the United States, we do have guests that reside in, South America, Europe, Australia, obviously all over the place. Question about the type of vaccine that you have to have. Can you elaborate a little bit on that real quick?
Yes, so we are only approving vaccines that are listed as emergency approved vaccines on the CDC. So if you want to double check that, I highly recommend going on the CDC website. They actually have a list of what kind of vaccines that we are allowing. So if you were part of the, I know last year in around April, they were doing some testing. It was a test and you had to sign up to do it. We're not accepting those, even though you did both. We're accepting really Pfizer,
Moderna, and Janssen. Yeah, basically what you're allowed.
Exactly.
We often have questions from Canadians regarding vaccines. So like in Canada, a lot of people got the Moderna and then got the Pfizer as a second shot, or got Johnson and then got a second shot. Combination of such, is there any information about the combination of vaccines? And
yes, actually, depending on the combination, we would allow it. I don't believe, I can send you that information later on, but I don't believe we're doing any combination between the Johnson & Johnson and the Pfizer or the other one. It would have to be the Pfizer and Moderna or vice versa instead of the Johnson and something else.
All right, and if anybody has any specific questions regarding that, please let us know, either via the chat or send us an email replying back to the invitation to the event, and we'll be happy to follow up on specific answers regarding that. Woodrow is asking us, are Neptune Suites still using Pinnacle Grill for breakfast?
Yes, we are. So this is where I was picturing your day. You can grab coffee in your suite or you can grab some breakfast in the Pinnacle Grill.
Okay, good. Michael, you want to know how balconies look like. Can you elaborate a little bit so we can address your question? What balconies are we referring to more specifically? Maybe we can have Jenny pull up a couple of pictures and share with us in a minute. Okay, so I'll wait for you to let me know.
If I understand the question correctly, the verandas are definitely different sizes. Our largest verandas are definitely found in the Neptune and Pinnacle class suites. As you can see, the Neptune and the Pinnacle suites will have the sitting area on the veranda, and the Pinnacle will have, in addition, the whirlpool bath. The other room categories, like the veranda, they will not be as expensive, but you would still have a chance to be on your veranda and enjoy a nice view, of course.
Nice. Any particular highlight regarding balconies on the newer ships, on the Rotterdam or the Koningsdam or the Pinnacle class, I guess? Anything particularly different? No, right?
Not necessarily anything different. It's really just what you're looking to do on that veranda, right? The Pinnacle suite, you have the bath on there. So if you wanted to do a nice, sunset bath, you'd be able to enjoy that, but you wouldn't be able to do that in any of our veranda suites.
All right, good. Michael, if that answered your question, awesome. If we're missing anything, let us know. We'll be happy to follow up, okay? When will Circumnavigation South America 2024 be available for sale? Good question.
So as of now, we are shooting for summer 2021 of 2020, or what are we, 2021? So we're shooting for summer 2022 to announce 2024. As you all noticed, we had to cancel our 2022 sailing, so we had to take care of these guests to assist to 2024 first priority, and then we'll be opened for everyone to go.
Hold on. So what you're saying is guests that were on the 2022 got automatically moved to 2024, not 23?
Yeah, so depending on what they chose, you could do 2023 or 2024.
Okay, right. And so, okay, so obviously the first availability on the 2024 is going to go for some of the 2022 people that got their trip suspended, and then it's going to go open to the public. Guys, just so you guys know, what we normally do on this type of, when there's this very important launch dates, like whenever we're going to talk about the 2024 South America circumnavigation, which is very, very popular, we usually, as an agency, put together a priority waitlist. So you're going to get an email from us, kind of a little bit of a heads up telling you, hey, this is going to launch very soon. If you're interested, let us know. And then we'll take your names, what you really want, and then we'll basically rush to make sure that you have your cabins before everybody else, because they usually get, they sell out very, very quickly, especially on some preferred accommodations. So
yeah, and this is why we build those relationships with you all, because we want you to have the first information so you can assist your clients, of course.
Exactly. So Cindy is asking, what is the average age for Holland America Cruiser? I'm looking for a quieter atmosphere.
So we get this question a lot, but it really depends on which itinerary that you're looking for, because we have itineraries from 4 days all the way up, as you can see, to 128 days. Now, it depends on who has the most time. Now, if you go on the shorter itineraries, you will have about an average age of 45. If you're going on the longer voyages, we're looking at 55, 60 as an average.
Right. So those longer voyages, you really, most of what you get are people that just have a lot of time in their hands.
Correct.
Most of them people that have done well in their life and have,
and want to enjoy.
For
Absolutely.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, right, on those shorter cruises, you're going to get a little bit more younger families. You're going to get some kids, but you're not necessarily. You normally, a typical Holland America cruise doesn't necessarily have a lot of kids. Like the ratio of kids is substantially lower than some other cruise lines.
Correct. We do have a kids club on our ships, and we do kids participate from age 3 all the way up to 17. So we do still have some kid activities on board. We are more of a company that focuses on education and destination and immersing yourself into learning about different cultures versus slides and roller coasters.
Right. So you naturally don't attract
correct
that crowd necessarily unless they're interested in those type of immersions, like you're saying.
Exactly. But we do get a lot of, especially for Caribbean itineraries, a lot of multi-generational family reunions. Those would be great ships for that as well.
Yeah, I do want to bring up the fact that, for decades, Holland America has been kind of positioned a little bit as a cruise, where the average age is very high. I think that something very interesting to talk about is the fact that I think that Holland America really sets itself up in that space in the market where you can be as active as you want to be, but at the same time you can find that quietness and that that area where you can really travel and not have to be listening to a whole bunch of kids running around and
exactly
and all that stuff. So on that other hand, I do want to point out that it's definitely not necessarily a ship where you're going to be bored, because there's a whole bunch of
activities, entertainment.
Yeah, there's just a lot to do as well. So you can really pace it however you want, right?
Correct.
Woodrow is asking us, what is the orange restaurant?
What is
Orange restaurant.
the orange restaurant? We do not have an orange restaurant.
Okay. Woodrow, maybe you would like to just elaborate a little bit more on your question, and we'll follow up with that one in a second.
Oh, they're talking about the
Orange
club.
Club. Okay.
The Club Orange. So the Club Orange is really a program that you can add to your reservation, and you have some added benefits. So if you did not want to book into the Neptune or the Pinnacle Suites, and you wanted to do a lower stateroom category, you can always add on the Club Orange, and you can have a free room upgrade. You can have access to the Neptune's Lounge, which is only accessible to Neptune Suites and Pinnacle Suite guests. So we have some extra benefits with that package. And it's really just for those of you who really want to enjoy more the ship instead of just the stateroom. But of course, it comes with that upgrade that you would be able to enjoy as well.
Makes sense. And by the way, guys, we are going to go back, and we're going to loop back into the, I guess, pricing for Holland America. There's some interesting information that we want to make sure you know about, I guess, you know, the pricing and offers and so forth. So we're going to look back into that in a minute, okay? Michael, I got your comment about Australia. Michael doesn't feel very optimistic about Australia. And I want you to know that at this point, we've seen some really crazy stuff happening in a positive way. We didn't expect South America to open, for example, like it did, and then all of a sudden it's open. But we are getting some good hints from Australia, right? We are getting the airline Qantas kind of reestablishing some flights. Some good talk about opening for tourism and doing some tests very soon. We don't know how soon it's going to open for cruising, but we're hoping that soon enough. Yes, many cruise lines have already suspended their Australia, New Zealand itineraries or redeployed them to other stuff. But many others have not yet, and that's because there is still some hope in the industry. Holland America, particularly conservative in terms of, like, you guys have always been kind of, if there's any uncertainty, you're just redeploying before anything else, and that's I respect that too. So we'll see what happens, but don't give up on Australia just yet. Things might just,
it was the same. It was the same situation with Alaska. We did not think we would be cruising Alaska this year, but we did it. So things change constantly, especially in this environment that we are in.
Yeah. Alberta is asking us. She thinks she has South America booked for February 23, and if she's eligible for the bonus. Alberta, the bonus that we're going to be talking about today is specifically to incentivize for new bookings. But that said, we really like to make our clients happy. So bring this up with one of our advisors. If you're already working with one of us, reach out to your advisor directly. If not, we'll find out, and we'll make sure we reach out to you very soon, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay, we want to make sure you're happy too. But yes, but this bonus is particularly for new bookings. Really, this is a kind of an incentive that Holland America and Luxury Cruise Connections putting together to incentivize new bookings, of course. Fingers crossed, Australia AZ will get US approval, or we can get third shot of Pfizer. Michael, do you think third top up shot would be required next year? Just an opinion. I know you do not have a crystal ball. Michael, I don't know. What do you think, Jenny? Do you think that cruise lines are going to start coming up with requirements of a third shot for next year?
Well, I don't have that information, and I do not want to speculate either, but it doesn't even look like the CDC is, the FDA is approving a third shot. So we're just keeping, you know.
I'll speculate. I'll speculate. My opinion is it's going to be all about risk management, right?
Correct.
if the world starts normalizing within the next several months, countries continue to open up, cases continue to go down, and cruise line industry can position itself in a place where it's no longer considered a high risk, because it really isn't at this point proven that it's one of the safest places to be right now. I think that requirements are expected to be reduced. I don't think the cruise line industry or the world can afford to continue to add more and more and more restrictions for travel. I think that the future trend, and I'm talking about the next, hopefully several couple of months, is going to be the opposite. It's going to be for restrictions to start to kind of come down. Obviously, restrictions will continue to be there if the cruise line industry feels that that's what's going to make our guests feel comfortable, right? And if guests are comfortable or are more comfortable, and they'll survey the market and see what happens. But if they feel that the guests are more comfortable when, if people are, triple vaccinated, then that's probably what's going to happen. But most likely, the world will just in the next several months, hopefully, will sort of normalize at one point. And I don't expect restrictions to continue to increment in the near future. If anything, I think they're going to normalize a little bit more, but we'll see. It's
yeah, especially with more people getting vaccinated and all of that.
Yeah,
I can see the world is getting safer.
Yeah, exactly. Terry, sorry to miss this, but is the one-shot Johnson vaccine accepted? Yes. Yes, it is, Terry. Except if there is a dedicated Club Orange space, then I thought that the Neptune suites eat in CO, not the PG.
Say that one more time.
Say that one more time?
Yeah, I did not hear the question.
So Susan is asking or saying, except if there is a dedicated Club Orange space, then I thought that the Neptune suites eat in CO, not in Pinnacle Grill.
No, so as of now, well, it really depends on the ship, because some of the ships have different dining options. For example, the Koningsdam and the New Steindam, they have their private dining venue, and then the other ones, they have the Neptune's Lounge. It really depends on the itinerary and the ships that you go on to, that will determine where the dining experience will happen for our Neptune and Pinnacle suite guests. Does that make sense?
Susan, No, I was going to say, Susan, if we're missing anything, please let us know.
Yeah.
And Jenny, can we talk a little bit about your suites in general, like a general overview about your suites?
The suite room, stateroom categories?
Yes.
So you have some different options when it comes to stateroom categories. We have our inside staterooms, we have our ocean view staterooms, and we also have our veranda staterooms. And then that's when you get up to our Neptune and Pinnacle suites, which are part of our veranda staterooms, just a higher class of veranda. Those would be your stateroom categories.
Okay. Erla, if we're missing anything on that and you want us to elaborate a little bit more, please let us know. We're happy to do so as well.
Yeah, we do have some great product planners as well that your travel advisors can share with you if you are looking for more information on stateroom sizes, veranda sizes, and all of that.
Okay, awesome. Susan brings up a really good point. Jenny, the FDA did approve the booster for the Pfizer for over 65 and other at-risk patients. So that did happen a couple of days ago.
Oh, nice. That's good news. But as of now, we don't have any information on requirements on that booster.
Susan, do you wanna real quick unmute yourself and so that we can make sure we address your point about the Club Orange and Pinnacle Grill?
Sure. What I was saying, Carlos, is that on the Pinnacle class ships that have a dedicated Club Orange restaurant, that's where the
Yes.
Neptune Suites will eat breakfast. If the ship does not have that, such as the Signature class or the R class ships,
Mhm.
then they eat in the Pinnacle Grill. So it really depends on the class ship where Neptune eats get their breakfast.
That's correct.
I just wanted to clarify that because it was a little confusing. The other thing is that I heard was that if you bought Club Orange, not a Neptune, you bought Club Orange that you could use the Neptune lounge. That's not correct either. They can eat in the Club Orange restaurant, but they don't get to use the lounge. That's not one of the.
Yes,
as far as
my
did they change
apologies.
it?
Yes,
Did they
you're correct. So they do have access to the Club Orange dining area, not the lounge. That was my fault. Thank you for clarifying, Susan.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Carlos, can I ask Jenny a question, please?
Yeah, of course.
Hi, Jenny. This is Steve. I've booked the World Cruise for 2023 late last month, and of course it went from the Zandam to the Zuiderdam. When will we be able to get the confirmations? He already paid for his 2023, and I've been waiting to get the confirmation so I can forward it to him.
So you're looking for the updated confirmation, correct?
Yeah, because you guys changed the ship from the Zandam to the Zuiderdam.
Yes. So those will be finalized after October 15th, and this is where we'll send out the updated confirmation. But if you have my email address, send over the confirmation number, and I can check to see if one of my team members can send you a new one. But automatically, those will be done after October 15th.
Okay, I will send it to you with the CC to Carlos. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. Because he's been waiting for now around a month.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know that date has been postponed also a little bit, hasn't it?
Not for 2023?
No. I mean the date that for those confirmations to go out.
Yeah, because I was told initially it was going to be sometime mid to late September. So now Jenny's saying mid-October. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, send it over and we can see what's going on.
I'll send that to you. Thank you, Jenny.
Mm-hmm. My pleasure.
Excellent. Okay, so I know we have a few more questions happening, but I do want us to get back to the offer and pricing and everything that we have going on right now with Holland before it gets too late. Yeah, you want to do that, Jenny? You want to go back and maybe share your screen on that real quick?
Let's go ahead and do that.
And by the way, Christina, thank you very much for your feedback. Christina is hopefully I'll let her hopefully share some feedback she had about us live a little bit later. Christina, thank you.
Are you able to see the presentation?
Yes.
All right. So before we go into the offers that we currently have, I really wanted to quickly brief over the worry free promise that we do have. And this program is really a flexible cancellation program. And this is for cruises that are booking by December 31st, 2021 of this year and depart by April 30th of 2022. So this allows you to cancel up to 30 days before the cruise departure, and you can receive a future cruise credit. Now, your travel advisors will be able to let you know how you can have those cruise credits apply and how you can book a new cruise using those FCCs. Now, you can also combine this with the new COVID-19 protection program that we have in case you do test positive for COVID within 30 days of your travel. You can actually cancel anytime before your cruise departure and get a full future cruise credit, or what we call an FCC as well. So the worry fee stops 30 days prior to departure, whereas the COVID-19 protection program is for those of you who do test positive, and that allows you to cancel to get that FCC to book a future cruise. We do also have some programs in place in case you do test positive while you're on board. We have some accommodations that we will take care of for you to make sure that you return home safe. as safe as possible. And if any quarantine that is needed, our company, Holland America Line, would be able to assist you with that as well under that COVID-19 protection program.
Jenny, quick question. This new COVID-19 protection program, is that automatically included when you purchase Holland American's travel protection program?
Yes. Yes, so that's automatically included even if you don't have the protection program. So as soon as you book Holland America, if you're traveling by April 30th of 2022, that would be applied to your booking. Okay. Now let's get into the good stuff, which would be what is included with your vacation. Earlier this summer, we announced that we are coming out with the Have It All package, which is a fantastic promotion. It's also evergreen, so it's always happening, where you have that package added to your, or included in your price that your advisors are sending over to you for select sailings. And this is where you get 4 of our best amenities added to your itinerary. So you'll get short excursions, you'll have a drink package, you'll have specialty dining, and the Wi-Fi added to your vacation. Now keep in mind that before we released that promotion, we sent it out to all of our past guests, and those 4 amenities were the most popular and the most voted, and that's why we added it to our new Have It All program. So when you work with your travel advisors, make sure you are getting the best amenities with your vacation under the Have It All program. Now we also do have a 2022 Alaska cruise bonus offer that we are currently adding to your reservations as well. Keep in mind, this is for new bookings only. So if you go ahead and work with your travel advisor and you book a 2022 Alaska cruise, as you can see, we have fantastic itineraries for Alaska. You can do a deposit of $99, and you also get a $50 onboard credit per person. That, oh, I'm sorry about this typo. It's credit per person, and this is for guest 1 and 2 only. So you get a total of $100 onboard credit for the stateroom. And now this is, you can only get this offer here with your travel advisor, so make sure you get together with them. And this offer will expire September 30th of this year. So you still have a little bit of time to take advantage of this offer here. If you've never been to Alaska, highly recommend it. Now we have some exclusive offers. This is exclusive only to Luxury Cruise Connection. So if you're making a new booking today, you have 14 days to take advantage of this onboard credit here. So if you book a new cruise, you'll have this exclusive up to $150 in onboard credit added to your vacation. And this is combinable with the Alaska offer that we have. So if you're booking Alaska, that would be combinable. So you get $150 onboard credit per stateroom, plus the $100 onboard credit if you're going to Alaska. And that's also combinable with Have It All. So not only will you have 4 amenities, you'll have an extra up to $250 in onboard credit, depending on the itinerary that you're booking. So some great offers here. I highly recommend you take advantage of that. And you only have 14 days to take advantage of it. So make sure you call your travel advisors as soon as this call is over. So you have some work to do, Luxury Cruise Connection devices.
And can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, and we are adding another 100. So we're making this $250 shipper credit for new bookings in the next 14 days. So we're upping that for all of you. Little surprise here.
Surprise! So this is all I had for you today. Once again, thank you, Carlos, for having me. Thank you for allowing me to connect with your clients and your advisors. We had a great time. I hope I gave you some great information so you can give us a chance and enjoy Holland America Line. I know you will love it just like we do. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Jenny. I have one more question, which we received via email. I want to make sure that we do cover real quick on masks. Right now, we talked about testing, we talked about vaccines, masks. Did we talk about masks? Not yet, right?
We did talk about masks briefly when we're going over the travel well.
We did.
We do require masks on board in areas that are indoors and where social distancing is not possible. unless you're eating or drinking. So this is the protocol as of now.
And our friend Marvin, he's scheduled for a 10-day Southern Caribbean cruise, and that cruise is going to be stopping in some islands where the United States government has issued some warnings. Do you have a deadline where you're going to be making changes on those itineraries, or you don't necessarily expect changing those itineraries even though there might be some warnings? What are your thoughts on that?
As of now, if it's just a warning, we don't have any expectations of changing our itineraries. It would have to be something as strong as we require a 14-day, quarantining period. Then that would have us change our itineraries. Keep in mind that when we do port in islands or destinations where there's a warning, we highly recommend that you do shore excursions with Holland America Line because they are guided and we make sure that you're staying as safe as possible. So in those destinations, of course, we don't have any protocols about not doing any self-guided tours. You're free to do so. But if you do want to stay safe and make sure you're not getting anything, it's best to get those Holland America Line shore excursions booked.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, if there are any other questions, this is when you would ask. Melissa, thank you very much for your comment. JC has been with us for many years. He's awesome. We like him. Sometimes, most of the times, we actually do like him. I think he's here listening to you. So yeah, I know he appreciates your comment.
Thank you.
There he is.
Carlos, this is Dave. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is Dave Bieber. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. I just want to comment that whoever called about the warning, you shouldn't go to that place. And sometimes it's very difficult to understand the U.S. government and what they have selected as a warning or not. I recently went to Iceland. It was on a warning. And if you look at the actual numbers, Iceland's doing fine. I mean, there's really nothing to worry about. And just for anyone who is online and is worried, they shouldn't be. Between the mask and you're vaccinated, there's really nothing to be worried about.
David,
as you know, since July, we've been on 4 weeks of cruising. So, nice. And believe me, for 18 months, I didn't leave my house. I was very worried. And I feel at this point, it's as long as you're careful and you do things intelligently. I was in one area of a ship, and people were able to have drinks and everything else. And I'll be honest with you, there was people having a very good time and talking very loud to each other. I didn't feel comfortable. I had a mask on. They didn't. I didn't feel comfortable. I got up and I walked out. But you shouldn't overall worry at all. It's like, and yes, I came home from my last one. I've already been tested and I'm negative. So my whole point is people shouldn't worry as much. It's not that bad.
I agree. And don't forget, we have the amazing amenities on board as well to assist with any COVID-related issues. So not only, like he said, not only will you be vaccinated, you'll also have a negative COVID test. We have the doctors and nurses on board that are here to assist you. And we're also not running on full capacity, which means we do have staterooms available for anyone that needs to quarantine or anything like that, which we have not had any since we started in July. So we're going on the right path, and I agree. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, I want to point out, David. First of all, thank you very much for being here. Yeah. David has been a real good client of ours for a long time now. We really appreciate you, David, and thank you for your comment. I think that's very much on point. It seems like a lot of these restrictions and warnings have a lot more to do with political issues than with real health issues, I guess, in many cases. But like you said, I think that as long as you're careful and do things right, when you're on a cruise, you're in such controlled setting that really compared to any other sort of type of vacation. Like if you go, you're gonna go in hotels, who's testing you and who's making sure that everybody's vaccinated before you go on to any destination, really, in a plane or whatever. So that's a really good point, David. And you've been, like you said, you've been cruising for the last several weeks, and to hear this coming from you is I think is very valuable. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And Carlos, just to add to that, let everybody out there know that it is what David says. Javi and I just came back from cruise this past Saturday, and we felt very protected. The cruise lines are doing their best to make sure that everyone is safe, and the countries, especially in Europe, are even better off than here in many places here in the United States. So it is a thing where the whole industry is really working together to ensure the safety of everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing that. And you guys came back from Greece, right? That's good.
From Greece and Dubrovnik.
In Dubrovnik. Great. So I want to be very respectful of everybody's time. So and I know Jenny has some good stuff to do as well. So if anybody has any more questions, this is when hopefully you can share. Mike was asking if there are any cruises leaving from the Northeast for Thanksgiving week.
I'm specifying Northeast.
What's that?
Are we talking about Boston area? If so, not quite. Right now, we are really focusing, the cruises that we have for 2021 are really round trip Fort Lauderdale to the Caribbean. We also have some on the West Coast and Europe. Yeah.
Right. So that's what we have. Oh, any incentive for solo travelers? Terry and Katie were asking that question.
Unfortunately, we do not have any incentive for solo travelers. We can give you a solo traveler pricing. So instead of paying for two, you pay for one. But there's no real incentive for solo travelers.
Right. And so Terry, Casey, what we can do, and this is, again, one of the benefits of doing business with us and the great relationship that we have with Holland America. Even if there is not a particular incentive in place for a particular sailing, we can always work something out with Holland America on your behalf and try to get you a really good rate and make it work for you guys. I know that eventually, and every so often, Holland America does come out with public promotions with single supplement promotions and so forth. So none active right now, but if you are interested in a particular itinerary, let us know. I'm sure somebody from our office is going to reach out to both of you soon. And we'll be happy to work something out for you guys. For those that have never done business with us, you should know that what you can expect. Okay, Casey, so you deal with JC, perfect. JC seems to be a pretty popular guy today. If that's what we stand for is customer service, and what we stand for is going above and beyond for our clients. Right? We really want to make sure that we make everybody happy. We're here to to really enhance your travel in any way we can. Something that I always like to say, even if you have something booked right now, even if you didn't book that with us, and even if we're not making any commission, we really stand true to our commitment to helping people plan their trips. And so if you have any question or there's anything that we can do to help with your trip, again, even if we're making no commission, it's okay. We want to build relationships and hopefully, you get a chance to know us, get a chance to understand who we are and what we do. And eventually, I'm sure we'll get we'll get more business from you. But really, we very much look forward to helping you, every single one of you, plan your next trip, and we're here for you. Single traveler also, hope this can spread. Bring them on. Bring on those requests.
We should create a group just for solo travelers, and you can all travel together.
Listen, we have a lot of solo travelers, and and we work out amazing things for all of you. So just reach out to us, let us know what you're interested in, and we'll be happy to put something together for you guys. And we're here to help. Like I said, we have, because of our relationship with Holland, you're gonna find some very special amenities and some very special pricing opportunities by booking your cruise to Luxury Cruise Connections. Jenny can attest to that. I mean, we have some special, not only pricing, but amenities that are exclusive to Luxury Cruise Connections that we can share with you. And when you pair that with really impeccable customer service. So for example, within this event, there's a couple of attendees to this event that are part of our concierge team, that, you know, whenever you do business with us, you're gonna have an opportunity to also work with one of our personalized concierge managers that will really take you by the hand and enhance every single detail of your vacation after you make a booking through Luxury Cruise Connection, right? So it's not just getting you booked and that's it. It's all the service and all the hand-holding and all the attention to detail and everything that really has to go on with your trip and preparation of your trip, especially with so many changing restrictions happening in the world. We want to make sure we're here for you and we're proactive and keep you up to speed with everything that is happening. And restaurant reservations, site trips, freeze, posts, flights, whatever you need, we're here for you. And we can really take care of every single detail for you.
Just wanted to add one more thing. I'm so sorry. Since we were on the solo traveler topic, we actually do have a solo traveler mixer on the first day of our cruises. So this would be the perfect time for those of you traveling alone to meet other solo travelers and get a new friend and finish the cruise with someone. So you're not alone throughout the entire itinerary.
Good. There you go. So yeah, Karine, yeah, just let us know which itinerary you're interested in. We'll work out a good solo incentive for you. And for anybody that requests, Jenny, you're gonna get very busy, seems like.
I love it.
We're gonna be sending you some of these very soon, hopefully. So with that, if anybody else has any more questions, we'll be happy. Thank you. We'll be happy to answer them. And if not, know that if you take that invitation that you received to join this event, you can just reply back to it, and we'll actually get that email and interact with you and make sure that any question you may have is going to get answered. We will follow up with a video recording of this presentation. It's going to get to you within the next 24 hours, ideally. And so if any other question comes up even later, feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to help. Okay. Jenny, I think we're going to let you go now.
Thank you so much. I had a great time. Thank you for seeing everyone's faces. And I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and day for those of you who are in Australia.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you very much.